Hello, it's Mr. Toops, the Jedi of Believe, and today we're going to be working on your fall exam review. I'm going to do the odds, you need to do the evens. So make sure you're doing the evens as I go through this, okay? You're going to have some problems with some polynomials. It's not hard. Let's look at number one. The only letter in this problem is V. So I'm going to take 2 and store it for V and then type this in. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to store 2 as V. And now then I'm going to type in the problem. Parentheses, V to the 4th power. Hit the right arrow button to get out of the parenthesis or the exponent, plus 1. Close the parentheses, minus parentheses 3V, and then minus 2V to the 4th. And then close the parentheses again, hit enter, and I get 43. Now then, all you have to do is plug in the answer choices, and one of them is going to be 43. If you look at the problem, there's only 1 plus 1. So I'm going to start with letter B. So I'm going to type in 3, V to the 4th, hit the right arrow button, minus 3V, plus 1. So all I'm going to do is just start typing these in. I just picked B, okay? So I'm going to hit enter, and notice it's 43. So the right answer to this problem is B. So this was equal to 43, and letter B was equal to 43. This is the one that's going to work. So you're going to type this into the computer. You're going to have to store 2 as M, aren't you? Type this in and then type the other answer choices in. One of the answer choices is going to match up. Number 3. Okay, on number 3, I need to store 2 as A. And then I'm going to type in this problem, and then I'm just going to pick, okay? So I'm going to go to the calculator, and I'm going to store 2 as A, hit enter, and then I'm going to type in 4 parentheses 4A plus 2, close parentheses, hit enter, and I get 40. So I know one of my answer choices is going to be 40, and just randomly start picking. 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 2 is 8, so it's going to be choice B probably. So type in 16A plus 8. Hit enter, and ding, 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 choice B is it. So I'm going to go to my paper. This was equal to, what was it, 48? Let me get my calculator again. It was both of them 40, right? So this was equal to 40, and this one's equal to 40, right? So choice B is going to be correct. So on this one right here, make sure you store 2 as R, and then type in the problems. Easy, easy, easy. Number 5, this is InSolve. So you're going to do menu 3-1 on these. Please do not miss this. Remember, you got to put comma V, don't you? On this one, I need a comma M. So I'm just going to type these in. I'm only going to do one of these for y'all, because y'all better be able to do this. Menu 3-1, and then I'm going to type in number 5. 93 equals 6 parentheses 8 minus V, close parentheses, minus 3V. And then I need to put comma V. So I have my problem typed in. Make sure you put comma V. There should be a parentheses to the right of your cursor. Hit enter. You get -5. So the answer to that problem is -5. And we just did number 5, right? You need to do these on your own, okay? You can do that. So just type them into InSolve, get the answer. Let's go to number 9. On number 9, the domain is, remember, domain and range. The domain is your X, the range is your Y. So this is going to be my domain, this is going to be my range. So I'm going to draw a box to show my graph. The domain goes from here to here. The range goes from here to here. So this is going to be my range. This is going to be my domain. And there's two ways to answer it. So let's do the domain first. I need -4 and I need +6. I'm going to put an X, and then I'm going to put less thans. This is an open dot. It doesn't get an equal bar. This is a closed dot. It's going to get an equal bar. So my domain goes from -4 to 6. Thank you. Sorry about that. Now then, my range. My range goes from bottom to top. So it's going to start at -1 and go to 4. So I'm going to go to -1 to 4, put my Y, put less than and less than. The -1 is a closed dot. It gets an equal bar. The 4 is an open dot. It doesn't. So this is my domain and range. Now then, on the test, you're going to write it in words, or it's going to be answer choices. So the domain is all the numbers greater than -4, but less than 6. So think about that. The domain has to be greater than -4, but less than 6. The range is going to be the same thing. It's got to be greater than the -1. So all the numbers greater than -1, but less than 4. Okay, now then technically let's see on this one right here, greater than -4, but less than, it should be or equal to, sorry about that, or equal to 6. And on this one, it's going to be greater than or equal to -1. Because you have the equal bar on these, okay? Now that on this one right here, I want you to get your domain. These both have closed dots, okay? So our inequalities will be like this. This will be my domain. This will be my range. And just make sure you could go from these to the word problems. On the test, they're going to be answered as word problems. Go to number 11, okay? So on number 11, I know my y-intercept's at -3. I'm going to, well, let's do this first. Let's look at this. So I need a dashed line, and greater than is up. So it needs to be dashed, shaded up. This is dashed, but it's shaded down, it's wrong. This is dashed, it's shaded down, it's wrong. And this is dashed, shaded up, and this is dashed, shaded up. Now then, let's look at the y-intercept. The y-intercept needs to be -5. That's -5, check. And this is -5, check. Now then, the slope has to be negative. That means the line's going to go down. This line's going up. This is a positive slope. And if you go down to choice B, this is a negative slope. So it's going to be choice D in it. So choice D has a negative slope. It goes through -5. It's dashed and it's shaded up. Do the same thing over here. On number 12, though, I'm going to help you out to start off with. This needs to be shaded up. And the line needs to be solid, right? Notice on these right here, this one and this one are wrong because they're dashed. Now then, all you got to do is figure out which one's shaded up, and you got the right answer. Should be able to figure that out. Go to number 13. Number 13, this is your store problem. I'm going to store 2 for X, and I'm going to store 3 for Y. And then I'm going to type this into the calculator, okay? So let me get my paper. Jiminy crickets. Okay, so I'm going to go to the calculator and type this in. Right here. So I'm going to type 2 as X, 2 control variable X, and then I'm going to do 3 control variable Y. Now then I can type in my problem. So control divide, I need a negative X squared, and then hit the down button, and then I need negative 2Y to the third. So negative 2 times Y times X caret 3. Hit the right arrow button. I'm going to hit enter. and it's going to give me the answer for if it's 2 and 3. Now that I'm going to go through and pick which ones will work, and I know there's 2 negatives. The 2 negatives are going to make a positive, so A is wrong, and 2 is my big number. So I need a 2 in the answer. So I'm going to type in D. Okay, I'm going to type in D. So let's type in Control Divide, and then type in 1, hit the down arrow button, 2 times Y, not Y times X. Make sure there's dots between everything, hit enter, ding, 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 choice D is going to be in it. Just type in all the answer choices, one of them's going to match up, okay? So on this one right here, this was equal to 1 over 12, and this was also equal to 1 over 12. So choice D was it. Go to 15. Let's type 15 in. We don't need to store again because all we have is X and Y. So I'm going to keep the 2 and 3. I'm going to go to my calculator. Okay, and I'm going to type in parentheses, -2 times X to the 4, hit the right arrow button, times Y to the 4, hit the right arrow button to get out of the parentheses, times -2 times X, close the parentheses, caret 4. So make sure you have the right problem typed in. And I don't need a plus here, I need a times. So I need to delete this, put a times. So I got the right problem in. So this matches up to the problem, hit enter, and I get a huge number, that's okay. Now then I need to get my right answer. I have a 2 negatives in the parentheses, makes a positive, so I know D is wrong. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 to the 4th power, I'm gonna use 256. So I'm gonna use choice C. So let's type in choice C, 256. Remember, you're just going to have to type these in. And then times X, caret 20, and then hit the right arrow button, times Y, caret button 16, hit enter, and ding, 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 the answers match up, don't they? So I know that the 15 is going to be D. So I'm going to go to my paper. 15, matches up to choice C. They both equal to that huge number, okay? Number 17. If you were given 2 points with MX plus B, you're going to make a spreadsheet. And then you're going to put that into a spreadsheet, and you're going to do menu 413, aren't you? Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to hit home. I'm going to click 1 for new. I'm going to click 4 for spreadsheet. I need to put the X and Y at the top. You're going to have to do this on your test, so make sure you can do this. And now that I'm going to put in my order pairs. So 1 and -4 are my X's. Go to the top and type in my Y's, 5 and -5. Now the menu, make sure the numbers are right. 1 and 5, -4, -5, menu, statistics, stack calculation, the regression, MX plus B, and then X, down, Y, down, and enter. And then bam, I get 2 and 3, don't I? So my M is 2, my B is 3. I need 2X plus 3. Ding, 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 ding. It's going to be choice B in it. So M equals 2, B equals 3. It's going to be this choice right here. Ho, 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 ho. Remember, you're going to do this on your own. So do the same thing. I would pause the video now and do this one, okay? Make sure you can do it. Okay, now then on this one, we need to solve for Y. Remember, the X flips and the Y goes on the bottom. So I'm going to get the X flipping, and the Y, oh, this should be an X, and the Y is a 1. It goes on the bottom. Same thing on this one. The X flips, -18X minus 6. The Y goes on the bottom, -6. So I need to graph both of these lines. So -X, sorry about this. I can just do it. Okay, so I'm going to go to the calculator. Jiminy crickets. So I'm going to go to the calculator. I'm going to hit home. I'm going to click B for graph. And then I need to graph control divide. And then I'm going to have -9X plus 13. hit the down button 1, hit enter. I got that line, and then I need the other line. I'm going to hit tab, I'm going to hit control divide, and then I'm going to have negative 18x minus 6. Hit the down button over negative 6. Hit enter. I need to find out where those two lines cross. So remember, menu, 6 for analyze, 4 for intersection. I'm going to click this button right here. It's going to lock it. And then I need to drag over here, and I'm going to click this. The intersection button's right there. It's 1, 4. So I'm going to go to my paper. 1, 4 is the intersection. Okay, and lastly, 21. Okay, so it goes to this point. This is my x and y. This is my slope. I'm going to do y equal mx plus b. I know my x, my y, my m. I do not know my b. So my y is negative 5. My m is negative 5 over 2. My x is 4 plus b. And I'm going to put that into NSolve. So I'm going to go to the calculator. And then I'm going to do home. I'm going to do to calculate. And then I'm going to type in the problem. So I have negative, I'm going to do menu 3, 1. And then I'm going to type in negative 5 equals negative 5 over 2. So I need a control divide. Negative 5 over 2. Hit the arrow button out. Times my x is 4. And then plus b, comma b. Hit enter, and I get 5. So I need a plus 5 at the end. Look at choice D. Okay, so my b is going to be 5, which matches up to D. So negative 5 over 2x plus 5 will be the right answer. Make sure you can do this on your own. Okay, tomorrow we will do the part 2. So make sure before you leave you have all these done on your own. The test is going to be very similar to this. You're going to keep doing all of the odds, okay? Or you're going to go back and do all the evens. Remember, you are amazing. You were created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.